Hey guys, I'm Sabirul and welcome to another episode of Build Your Confidence on Stage. Now, I'm sure you've been to an event where you've been invited to speak and they've told you you have 40 minutes to speak on stage. But the previous speaker, who has the same amount of time, has spoken for an hour, cutting your presentation down from 40 to 20 minutes, meaning that you have to adjust. What you want to avoid is that state of panic. How do I make sure I can adjust a 40-minute speech I prepared so long for and so well rehearsed, and all of a sudden I'm having to chop it down? One of the key messages I want to share in this video is content breakdown. Now, with content breakdown, what happens is you know your introduction, you know your conclusion, but everything else in the middle can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So 6 stories, mini stories you're perhaps telling. So that's your 40-minute speech, which has 6 mini stories inside, each story with a message. Now, what you need to do as part of your rehearsal is to break that down, those 6 stories down. Perhaps, let's say, if you want to combine story number 1 with story number 3, can you exclude story number 2? So when you exclude certain elements of your story or your message, can the overarching message of your entire presentation still make sense? If so, then you're able to break down content so that it's not just necessarily the full speech you give, but certain aspects of your speech, when you combine them together, that still gives that positive feel, that vibe, and the ultimate message you wish to deliver. So map out your content, break it down just like a book. When you're reading a book, you will see multiple chapters. If you can skip a chapter or don't read a chapter, can the book still make sense, or can your story still make sense? So make sure that you have these key elements of your speech in your mind, so that you know exactly what you can take out perhaps from 1 or 2 areas of the speech. So map out your content on a piece of paper and see exactly, break it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, and then see what you can take from each aspect. And sometimes, as I say, you don't even have to use all aspects of that. Make sure you have it in your mind that, okay, in today's speech, that because I need to shrink it down, I can use part 2, part 3, part 4. I don't need to use 5 and 6. So it's just having that in mind and being psychologically ready. So when you are on stage, you can fire away and go. And that requires rehearsal, of course, each and every time, no matter how professional of a speaker you are and how much energy you put in on the stage. If you don't rehearse these things, you are going to stumble. And that's why time management is so important. Knowing that you've been allocated 40 minutes, but you only have 20 on stage, to adjust to that, and making sure that you overstretch that. Not 21, not 22, not 23. Making sure even 19 minutes, 19 and a half minutes, you leave the audience 30 seconds to spare. And that's what you want to do. So being an adjustable, flexible speaker on stage is critical. So make sure you break down content so that it's not one overarching long speech, but just simple elements of every aspect of your presentation you're able to put together and tell it as a flowing, nice, easy flowing story. So that's my message to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so by clicking on the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon to stay tuned to each and every episode that I release every week. And do share it with your friends, family, and everybody who you feel can benefit from public speaking tips to become better speakers, performers, to really get their message out there, no matter what it is, whether it's a personal story or a professional presentation. So I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks guys for watching this episode. Now, if you're serious about kickstarting your career in public speaking, I'm launching the Build Your Confidence on Stage book and online modular public speaking course, where I will teach you the 4 pillars of public speaking, which include the speaker's psychology, the principles of public speaking, the performance masterclass, and the profession of a public speaker. So if you're keen on harnessing your public speaking skills and turning your passion for speaking into a lifestyle profession, then register your interest now by visiting www.buildyourconfidenceonstage.com. The link is below, and I look forward to supporting your public speaking learning journey. See you next week.